Are naked curls the only way to see what's actually happening underneath? If your curly hair is constantly coated by styling products, how do you know if your shampoo and conditioner are working for you? Olaplex has been dipping into the curl category, and as your main girl Mel, I decided to put these new products to the test on my naked curls. In this video, we are going to dive deep into the Olaplex Curl 3D Bond Shaper technology. We know curls around here. This is what my hair looks like when products are used and it is styled. Not using Olaplex. Not their curl stylers. As a licensed professional hairstylist and consumer, I have been using Olaplex for a decade. I've tried every formula they've ever released and reviewed it here on this channel. The original bond building technology has never failed me. It is heaven sent for color and blonding. But as a curly hair specialist, I have some qualms with their bond shaper technology. Bond shaper or bond shaver? I hope you grab a beverage and a snack and join me. If you are just here for the review of the new shampoo and conditioner, then look at the chapters and you can skip ahead, but we've got to go back in history. 2024 is actually when Olaplex introduced the bond shaper technology, which was them dipping their toes into this curly catered care. And they did so with an in-salon exclusive treatment. And it was selling curlies the dream: lasting frizz control, enhanced shape, defined curls, shine, and it would last 15 to 20 washes. And you could add it on to your haircut service. You could go into the salon just for a style if you wanted it done. Because this is where they also introduced their first and to this day only curly hair styler. That product being the infamous number 10 Bond Shaper Curl Defining Gel. More on that in a second. The gel also happened to be step 3 of the 3-step in-salon curl rebuilding treatment that now appears to have disappeared off of the website. And well, if you have been styling with me for a minute, you may remember our very unfortunate first impressions. You can only imagine, as a curl professional and someone that's Olaplex obsessed, how excited I was for this treatment, but I never felt like the curl line lived up to the OG technology. Mind you, the treatment left me crying. So, now as for the gel, I never liked it. I was a victim of a curl crime. However, I did pick it up once again for this video just to see if it's still, well, okay, Olaplex gel. It did give me a decent initial hold, which I kept in overnight and woke up in the morning, scrunched it out with the Olaplex No. 7 oil. As we can see, the curls are curling, but just 48 hours later, it was frizzy, lacking shine, and not living up to its claims. By the way, to the person that tagged me under an Olaplex Instagram post that was all about the gel, forgive me, I'm paraphrasing, but someone at me said, "Oh, Mel loves this gel." And thank God I was in my mentions that day, because I saw it and immediately said, "Oh, that's not." And I replied back to that person and said, "Wait, when did I say this? Because what?" And she replied saying, "Ha ha ha ha, just checking." Genuinely, that was crazy. Honestly, I should have blocked her right then and there, but I don't really block people on social media, and maybe I should do it more. But anyhowzers, that was just some backstory, which I thought was important to share. Some history, hair story, if we will. Here's the thing with Olaplex. It was born in the salon for professionals, and it may have, probably should have just stayed there. I strongly believe that a larger part of this tragic story happens to fall in the application of the products. Application may be the Achilles heel to the Olaplex pandemic. Because over the years, misuse and misinformation have gotten the actual benefit of these products confused, which is what I've observed to be their main issue and the reason why people are getting the opposite results that they want. So how is it being misused, you ask? Well, Olaplex has been criticized time and time again for not being moisturizing enough. Some people have said it has made their hair dry, it made their hair feel brittle, and possibly even break. And a lot of these people are using Olaplex exclusively, so they seemingly have a direction to point their fingers. However, the thing about Olaplex and the bond building technology is it's just a slice of the pie. And so it should be used as a tool, as a piece of your routine, not the whole pie. This is why we diversify. You cannot put all of your eggs in one basket. So that's number one. Misinformation that has gone rampant that has really affected Olaplex's reputation, I fear, is this idea that there is too much protein in the products. And just to clarify, Olaplex is not a protein treatment. It has never been a protein treatment. There is no protein in these formulas. Since it was a pioneer of the bond building category, and before Olaplex and before bond building, all we knew as strengthening was from protein treatments. I think people just assumed, oh, it's strengthening, it's gotta be protein. And they started feeling like, I'm getting protein overload because their dry hair felt brittle and was breaking, which are all symptoms of protein overload. Definitely is a thing. Real protein overload is a result of buildup on the hair. But this wasn't protein overload. This was a lack of moisture. And so if your whole routine is or was Olaplex, then it is highly unlikely that all of your hair's needs are being met. Because yes, you can overdo it. You can overdo anything, even water, for your hair. And this is why education is such an important thing. Flash forward to their 2026 marketing for this new Bond Shaper shampoo and conditioner. I've actually been really impressed with the way that the brand has been communicating in their marketing, particularly in relation to curls. Because what many people don't know, unless they're scientific and or have been watching my channel, curly hair is structurally different. And while resilient, curly hair is more fragile. Every turn, every twirl of the curl has a stress point. The thickness of a curly hair strand actually differs down the lengths. So it is both weaker where it is thinner, and everywhere it bends also opens up more entry points and exit points for moisture to transit through the hair. This directly affects how the hair retains hydration, aka the hair's porosity. It also affects how it reflects shine and the vulnerability of the strands. Ultimately, curly hair has different needs, which sometimes does warrant other products. Yes, hair is hair, but with this collection, they're putting a bigger emphasis on hydration. Hold. Hydration in the station. And things have been trending this way for a minute now with their rich hydration mask. And don't forget the new Olaplex No.3 Plus Complete Repair Treatment. Also special mention for the No.5 Leave-In. A lot of their newer formulas have been putting a bigger emphasis on moisture. And it's been working for them, it's been working for me. Well, we've gone through some of the history with a capital T. Are these the next shampoo and conditioner you should be buying? Here's what I like and what I dislike. So Olaplex came out with some new shampoo and conditioner formulas specifically catered to curly hair textures. These products feature unique technology and some big boy claims. Somebody said 7-day hydration and cuts frizz in half. This duo is the only wash routine formulated with Olaplex's new Bond Shaper technology, offering, 3D curl repair, hydro-defined technology, a natural oil blend, an oil mesh network, whatever that means, a natural silicone alternative, which we'll get more into, as well as a new reimagined scent. It's the original Olaplex scent, but refined. They added a touch of mint. Not only is that to refresh the scent, but also to invigorate the scalp. When I tested this head to head, I noticed it didn't lather quite as much as the original No.4 shampoo, which is quite typical for more moisturizing formulas because all of the oils kind of inhibit too much lather. So if you love a lot of foam, then you might not get as much of it with this shampoo. But besides that, it felt very comparable, very nice, could easily blindly replace the No.4 shampoo. Now the conditioner, this has a silkier texture, the same one that they've been rolling out for a few years now with the No.5 leave-in, and very similarly to the new No.3 Plus, the new and improved pre-shampoo treatment. They have this slippery, silky feel, which is different from the original No.5. The original No.5 has an extremely thick, whipped texture that you gotta keep that bottle upside down for. And while the original didn't feel as silky, it felt very pillowy and really enveloped the curls in this silk and hydration. Because the original was really thick, I could really feel it on my hair, which for the record, I really appreciated. What I don't appreciate with the new No.5 Curl, well, it mainly has to do with the marketing. It's giving misleading, and I quote, "This weightless, silicone-free repair derived from squalane-rich olive oil provides enhanced slip and protection." Back up, back up, back up, back up. Weightless my ass. It's just such a bold claim. And I couldn't have it on my conscience for one of my fine-haired curlies to try this and expect their hair to be extremely weightless and bouncy. When I first tried this and I let my hair air dry just a little bit, I did a half and half so I could really compare to the OG. The hair was giving wavy. I'm not going crazy. This side looks bouncier. This side looks more stretched and weighed down. It looked visibly weighed down until the hair had fully dried, and then I could notice that it was truly hydrated and impressively defined. So it actually performed really well. I just wouldn't say it did exactly what it's supposed to according to the bottle or according to their marketing. What does weightless really mean? More importantly, why is everybody going silicone free? We lost another one. I can appreciate the feedback that Olaplex took to create this curl line because a lot of people with curly hair avoid silicones like the plague. So that's fine and dandy, but it does make me worry for the future of Olaplex. And on a broader scale, the future of the hair care industry in general. If you are not informed of what has been happening behind the scenes, there have been a lot of regulatory changes that are really the true driving factor for this silicone-free movement. And while I love my Europeans, you're really a peon. Yes, the rumors are true. It is all thanks to you, EU. Since 2024, the use of D4 and D5 silicones like cyclopentasiloxane and a few others that I don't want to butcher while I'm pronouncing, they have been mostly banned. And honestly, for pretty good reason. There are some environmental implications that silicones have, particularly in bioaccumulation in aquatic areas. And we can do a full video on this, by the way. Let me know if that's something that you want to see, what is truly happening with silicones within the industry. But to keep this to Olaplex, I do fear for the future of some of my favorite products, and I do understand why they have taken this silicone-free direction with the Curl shampoo and conditioner, but I think I love the original curl conditioner better based on the feel. Though you know what? Feelings don't matter for shit because the results speak for themselves. I was wowed. I was floored. I was thoroughly impressed with how stunning my hair looked. Completely naked. How does she do it? In my opinion, it's not the Bond Shaper technology, especially not if it's the same Bond Shaper technology that they first launched 2 years ago. I think the most game-changing part of these formulas is actually their Hydra Define technology. Damage on a hair strand is negatively charged. They're using a positively charged hyaluronic acid to neutralize any points of damage. The hyaluronic acid is going to attract itself to the opposite negative damage in the hair, and they're gonna make a healed baby, aka a protective barrier. This is what is actually going to help shield your hair for the long run. It's going to help you retain your moisture and also protect your hair in humidity, which is exactly what's going to give you that longer lasting definition and hydration. I was scared. A lot of curly hair products are a gimmick. A lot of straight hair products can be used on curly hair just the same. But the fact of the matter is, curly hair is structurally different. It does need to be treated differently, and these formulas actually give exactly what the curls need from a shampoo and conditioner. You can't expect absolute miracles, but if you are looking for a gentle duo that will strengthen your hair while they hydrate, no more brittle concerns, no protein ever, much less worry about buildup because now they're silicone free, I think Olaplex has officially, finally struck gold with their Bond Shaper technology. These are officially approved by me. But as for these, I will cherish this relic of the Bond Shaper curl rebuilding treatment reserved for the salon, used on no one. Honestly, maybe I could still use it. I don't know what it just, oh my god, it was such a mess. It didn't last nowhere, no nothing 15 to 20 washes. It will certainly go down in history. And I'm really gonna need the curl gel to do something for longevity. First impressions, it ain't that bad. It gave me a pretty nice cast, and that's about that. Again, didn't look bad. However, you will not find me reaching for this. Not as a curl styler and not as my Olaplex fix. They've got plenty of other products that will actually do it. And so until they continue to come out with more curly hair products, some other stylers, that's when I'll review it. What do you think? Are you pleased? Do you think it's about time Olaplex dips into the curly industry? Do you feel seen? Will you try these? I'll have them linked below if you wanted to check them out. And just to clarify, this video was not sponsored. I made this because so many of you requested it. As an Olaplex lover, we've talked about every Olaplex formula on this channel. I hope you subscribe to see more videos that we come out with, and I am wishing you the very best of hair days. The hairy best of hair days. That's it for me. This has been your main girl Mel, and I'm out. Peace. Go get shampooing and conditioning. I think the biggest difference, I think the most game-changing part, you guys, what do you think of my white and gold polka dot top? Isn't it so cute? Pose. I ain't scared of no cameras. Can you see my guns from here? Pose. This hair isn't scared of cameras. Get up close. Where in the hair? There's not a single strand of frizz in there. You will be staying in my shower. We do need to talk about the silicone thing though. Hydrating, shampoo, and conditioner. Everybody say that 5 times fast. Number 4, number 5, curl, hydrating, shampoo, conditioner. Number 4 and number 5, curl, hydrating, shampoo, and conditioner. I'm just a girl. I gotta go. Guys, it's late. I don't want to tell you what time it is, but if you guess, you'll win this PR package. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, look at this gorgeous PR package. It has all of these shampoos and conditioners, minus the curl, but I will include it in this. It also comes with a Jolie. This is a filtered shower head, so if you have hard water, if you would love to try this, let me know, leave me a comment, and just make sure that you are subscribed to my newsletter, so that way we have your contact information and I can let you know if you are a winner. I'll put all those details in the description box, and I love you so much. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Good night, Crunchwrap Supreme. Good night, Carrot. Good night, Cookie. You too, Chicken. My little croissant with some cheese. May you all keep asleep. Sweet dreams, little iced coffee. Good morning, my little crispy rice. Good morning, cream cheese bagel. Don't worry, croissant, I'm buttering you now. It's gonna be a good hair day.